History remembers Easy Company for its heroes, its battles, and the voices that later told the story. But among those men was one who carried the war in silence. His name was Ed Mauser. Ed Mauser served in Easy Company, 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment, 101st Airborne Division, the famed Band of Brothers. He trained at Camp Toccoa, marched up Currahee, and jumped into history with the rest of them. Yet unlike many of his comrades, Mauser did not speak about the war afterward. Not for decades. He jumped into Normandy in the early hours of June 6, 1944, landing scattered in the dark, under fire, surrounded by chaos. Like many paratroopers, he fought with fragments of his unit, improvising attacks against entrenched German positions. There were no dramatic speeches, no heroic monologues, just survival. Through Normandy, Operation Market Garden, and the freezing hell of the Battle of the Bulge, Mauser endured the same terror as everyone else. Artillery bursts without warning, sudden death of friends, exhaustion so deep it numbed fear itself. Easy Company was shattered and rebuilt again and again. Men disappeared overnight, some killed, some wounded, some simply gone. Mauser watched it all and said nothing. When the war ended and Easy Company reached Germany, the surviving men carried invisible scars home. For many, the memories were too heavy to revisit. For Ed Mauser, silence became his shield. He returned to civilian life. He worked, he built a family, he became an ordinary man in an extraordinary generation. And he almost never spoke of the war. Not because it didn't matter, but because it mattered too much. Only later, when age softened the weight and history risked forgetting the quieter men, did Mauser begin to open up. His reflections were not of glory, but of cold nights, lost friends, and the burden of living when others did not. He spoke of duty, he spoke of brotherhood, and he spoke of grief. Ed Mauser's story reminds us that World War II was not carried only by the famous names. It was borne by thousands of men who came home without words, men whose heroism lived quietly inside them for the rest of their lives. He was Easy Company's silent brother, and his silence tells us just as much as any battle story ever could.